Okay, lastly, I want to give you some tips on like how to still do it so that it's not, so that you do it. That's how to still do it so that you do it. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and your partner. I'm not going to talk about my personal sex stuff. Let's be honest, that would kill me. It is my goal to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. It's kind of a lofty goal, so I need your help. If you're watching this and you are into it and you like this video, please subscribe. I would be super stoked. My friend was like, you should make a video about sex after pregnancy. And I was like, no. Seth's family watches this, my family watches it. She's like, oh, they don't know how you got pregnant. Touche, but and then I was like, you know what? Yes, I do. I want to talk about it, but in a very general way. So I'm going to tell you some things that you should know about sex after pregnancy, sex after baby, sex after you push a human out of your body where you want to. First thing that has nothing to do with it is postpartum hair loss. You see this like receding. I have like a receding hairline here. Apparently it'll come back. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. When I was pregnant, we were talking to people and they were like, good luck with your sex life after baby's here. And we were like, not us. They didn't explain why. It's not just sheer willpower. There's a lot going on. They tell you in your third trimester, and specifically like week 36 on, like, oh, sex will help the baby come out. Do that. And I realize if you're pregnant in your like last trimester, you're like, F off, Shayla. I can hardly roll over. I know, but it might be the last time for a while. So the rule of thumb is 6 weeks. Tell your partner that, get that in your partner's head. 6 weeks is typically how long it takes for your body to heal, doctor to clear you. Let me tell you what happens in those 6 weeks, because again, maybe you're like, not me, maybe, but you're bleeding. You bleed for about 2 to 6 weeks. So that means you're in diapers. I would highly recommend pad sickles. Write this down. You get a pad, witch hazel, throw it in the freezer, leave it. Then when you're ready, put the pad on, frozen, helps to heal things. A lot of people buy diapers. Legitimate, like, depends. One of my followers messaged me and said that at one point her husband was like, how long do you have to wear those still? Because she said they were so comfortable. She just kept wearing them. Maybe you have a dependency to depends. I'm just saying, either you're comfortable and your partner's not appealed, or you don't feel appealing because you're wearing a giant pad and or diaper. You're also taking stool softeners. I don't know how much that has to do with sex. Don't miss those either. I did once and I cried. That's what's going on. So you're like, okay, cool. Nothing down below. Got it. What about my boobs? If you're breastfeeding, your boobs might also be bleeding as you figure out your latch. If they are bleeding, you should go talk to a lactation consultant because they shouldn't be, but they could be. This is real. I'm like trying to cover this up. It's not going to be covered up. It just is what it is right there. My sister told me, oh, breastfeeding boobs, it's like implants. And I was like, whoa, that sounds fantastic. Don't know why, but I told the pediatrician. So we're at our first appointment, she's teaching me how to latch. And I was like, my sister said that I'll have implant looking boobs. And she was like, no, they're really hard. They're really lumpy, not like nice implant boobs. It's a toss up there. You can see how you experience they definitely get bigger, that's for sure. But if you have an oversupply, that means that your boobs are very full and like any pressure on them can send milk squirting. Not kidding. I'm filming as the sun sets, so the lighting's gonna change as we're doing this. What I would recommend is getting a really cute bra, so you can just leave your bra on. I'd also recommend like bring yourself back to your high school years, thinking about like when you were afraid to have sex because you could get pregnant, or like when you just didn't do that because that's too young to have sex in high school. So what were you doing before you had sex? Do those things. That could be fun, but you might not even want to do that. Let me explain more. So what happens after 6 weeks? The doctor's like, yeah, you look good. You're good to go. You can do all the extracurriculars you want. You still might not want to. And I know this is frustrating to hear, but let me explain why. The only time you have to do extracurriculars is during nap time or during bedtime. And likely you've got a monitor right there that you're watching. So it's kind of like when there's a dog in the room and you're like, is this weird? Should I put the dog out? Is it fine? You've got your monitor and you're like, I don't know. Is this the wrong, like, so there's that. And then also when she sleeps, do all the things. Get the dishes that you took out all day long or that you piled up. Move the laundry along. Feed yourself. Feeding yourself is good. In fact, this video is sponsored by Green Chef. I proposed it to them, kind of like, hey, would you want to sponsor this video? And they were like, sounds great. And I was like, and I like you more now. Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company, a meal prep company. The reason why I said yes to Green Chef, they send you all these fresh ingredients instead of processed meal with a bunch of sodium. And it's kind of like a little date night. making meals together.
Day night.
Hey. Which would you guess is mine? And which would you guess is Seth's? This would be Seth's, the nicely formed one.
Ooh, nice little hockey pucks there. Out here in Minnesota.
Is it done?
It's done.
Okay. Wow. You're amazing.
Thank you, Green Chef, for making our night great.
Oh, our night, huh? And what I like about this is that they do seasonal vegetables that are in season. What? They have meals to choose that are vegan, vegetarian, paleo, keto. If you're interested in helping your partner to make the meals so that you can both have time for extra things to do, you can go to greenchef.us/Shayla90 and then use your code Shayla90 for $90 off plus free shipping on your first order. You're welcome. And thank you, Green Chef, for sponsoring this video. Okay, back to this. If you're breastfeeding, your hormones are still a little wacky. So before in your pregnancy, they made you actually insane. Now you're gonna have low libido and you're gonna be very dry. Dry as a Sahara desert was what one article said. I was like, neat. I remember talking to my midwife about this the day after Elliot was born. And she was like, so breastfeeding isn't the best form of birth control. So if you wanna be on birth control, we need to talk about that. Also, when you are ready to have sex, I would grab some lube because you're gonna be super dry, some wine because just to like take the edge off and to be able to relax, and take some deep breaths. I was like, I feel like I'm talking to my mom about this and I don't really want to talk to you about this, but thank you for that information. But I will link some natural lube below. But I've heard that your libido can be low for like 6 months to a year and a half, so just have some grace with yourself. The other thing is that you may have some scarring from like tearing or something, right? So you're gonna have to communicate with your partner because with the scarring, it can be a little uncomfortable. You're gonna have to communicate what feels okay and then like try different positions. And I'm not saying positions like get super kinky, I'm saying like the very basic positions, just which way feels better. Because maybe your scar is on the side or in the back or whatever, and different angles might feel less painful. And then literally, honestly, taking deep breaths. And you don't have to be like, it doesn't have to be that dramatic. It can be kind of subtle, so your partner doesn't really know, unless it's painful, then tell your partner. But the deep breathing relaxes your pelvic floor. And I'm also gonna say, expecting empowered, I cannot recommend them enough. Okay, lastly, I wanna give you some tips on like how to still do it so that it's not, so that you do it. That's how to still do it so that you do it. Tip number 1 is send a little sext. Sometime during the day, maybe send an eggplant, just to throw a little hint, like, hey, let's do this tonight. You can delegate a hump day. We know every Wednesday is hump day. So you both have it in your head, like, tomorrow's hump day, so at least you can do it once a week. And it's just, you know it and it's happening. You can pull out that cute bra that I told you to get when I was talking about your boobs, and maybe just do like one of these, like, oh, so it's not just a nursing bra. Flash them like a little lace, whatever. It could be one bra, you just need one. Maybe you take a night shower. Maybe you say, hey, feel these smooth legs that I just shaved. Maybe you say, let's go do some laundry. I have a friend that did that. They're like, all right, let's go do some laundry. That's all I have to say about that. Make a little hint, a little inside joke, a little something, something. But I think those are some really good things to do to make sure that you keep it up. So hopefully this was informational. Hopefully I'm helping you set some expectations. Maybe share this with your partner so that they also have some expectations set. In Minnesota right now, it's almost 5 o'clock and it's about to be dark outside. So that leaves more time for nighttime, I guess. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. Again, I'm trying to get 100,000 and I would love your subscribe. And check out Green Chef if you're interested in getting a meal service plan. And I will see you guys all next time. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye.
I don't play hockey, and neither did Shayla. So, I guess we're not officially Minnesotans. But I can skate, and I did play pickup. Shay, can you skate?
Yeah.
Shay can skate. This is probably never going to see the light of day, but I have preemptively started my mustache for No Shave November because I wanted to have a legit mustache for the whole month, not a beginner stash halfway through and then a solid stash towards the end. Not happening.
Did you have a nap? Can't see that all.